The stream of good news continues. Yes, Smash Bros. Ultimate is back on track, baby. Let's talk about it.
Block content.
What's happening, my block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. I'm going to make you guys very happy today because we actually have some good news to share. I mean, the past couple of days, things have gotten a little bit dire with reports that reportedly a Nintendo Direct will not be happening in the very short future. It kind of looks like some things are starting to look up over here because Masahiro Sakurai, the director of Super Smash Bros., has actually talked a whole lot about this. He's working on Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it's going well. Everyone in the team is working from home, and things are actually looking up. He's sharing a lot of details about the office work, and we have the full translation here. We have a lot to thank with Go Nintendo, and especially the person who did all these crazy fun translations, being Robert Sevison, at Sevison on Twitter, and we get to talk about all the leak stuff in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and what we can expect from the Fighters Pass. There's a lot of talk also about Crash Bandicoot and potentially a new game coming. Well, the perfect storm would be a new Crash game and Crash announced for Smash, but that's going way ahead of schedule, right? I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube content? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com. I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And here's a brand new giveaway. You can win this Super Mario surprise capsule from Tomy. Any Mario item, Yoshi, different character could be inside. I leave them closed so you can find out what's inside when you win. I'm giving away 4, so remember to like this video, subscribe to Blocked Content right now, and comment down below to enter for the giveaway. Alright guys, let's head into the main topic of today, and it actually comes from an article from dailystar.co.uk saying Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass 2 DLC progress is going well, says Sakurai. Masahiro Sakurai has suggested that development on future Smash Bros. Content continues to go smoothly even as Nintendo devs work from home. So it's looking like things are finally starting to get a little bit better. Yesterday we talked about the news of that Summer Games Fest, and that's also really cool. I mean, E3 is potentially saved and we get a whole lot of announcements, but everyone's thinking, yeah, why wasn't Nintendo announced there? And now we at least know they're in good hands, right? They're at least being able to create their projects, and of course Smash Bros. Is a little bit more high profile than some of the lesser known franchises, but still this is a huge deal and it actually makes me very happy. So let's talk about it a little bit more. Like, if you were worried that the outbreak of everything that's going on was going to prevent Nintendo from launching more Smash Bros. Ultimate content, rest assured. Sakurai says everything is still going smoothly. In the latest weekly column from Masahiro Sakurai's, that's the Smash Bros. Ultimate creator, the developer states that despite the lockdown that's arisen as a result of everything that's going on in the world, development is continuing on the game as planned. So that's really interesting, right? As planned. So nothing is delayed up until this point, right? Which I actually thought things would probably already be delayed, right? Maybe we got the ARMS character now because we are actually going to get a third-party character, but they couldn't do a meeting. Well, that's probably not the case if this article is to be believed, right? Though we've previously heard that Sakurai expected development on the game to be slowed somewhat down by the development staff having to work from home, it seems things are progressing quite well, even if they aren't as smooth as they used to be. And of course, this great magazine column has been translated awesomely by Sevison down at Go Nintendo, so you can check that out too. And the highlights I'll talk about right now. So basically, Sakurai says working from home has been going well, and the staff should be commended for their hard work. So essentially saying, wow, this crazy situation and they're handling it so well, this is incredible. And everyone that, likes the content that Smash Bros. Is putting out, that Sakurai is working so hard on, it's all because they have adapted really well to the situation. And for a Japanese mindset, that's really different, as we discussed yesterday. Some staff usually commute 2 hours one way to work. So working at home has been a lot more effective, right? I mean, if you commute 2 hours to and 2 hours from, that probably means you can save a lot of time, start a little bit earlier and stuff like that. So yeah, that makes people probably a lot more happy, right? There are temptations to play games or sleep while working from home, but Sakurai says that he can focus on the task at hand. So yeah, he really wants to, when he's at home, that's basically giving you free reign to do whatever you want. I mean, I've been working from home for as long as I can remember now, doing animations, doing film, doing my own music projects in the studio, and of course blocked content. And the idea that I can just sit down on my couch and play a video game any moment of the day, yeah, that's a little bit tempting, and that's different in this kind of world, right? Everyone has to kind of change their perspective on things. So Sakurai says that he responds to emails up until midnight, but he's eating more regularly now and has a better sense of time. So again, Sakurai actually not eating well and, passing out in the gym and stuff like that and not really keeping a close eye on the time. Well, that probably is changing now. I mean, he is such a creative genius and he works so hard on this game. Of course, the pressure is on, so it feels really good that he's actually getting a little bit more healthy with his whereabouts, right? Sakurai says that he oversees almost everything in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so new work is always coming in. So yeah, he has to approve textures, he has to approve art, animations, maybe even play test the game. Some situations require a lot of work to explain to the team, which is easier done in person than email, right? I mean, yeah, typing out some sort of feedback email about, well, this character should move a little bit more like this because the personality, I mean, you can just talk to someone when they're in the studio and basically say this, yeah, in a more personal way that you can even mimic things with your body. And that's, you can't do that now that everything is over text. Video calls can help bridge the gap in these situations, but scheduling a time to work with everyone is challenging. And Sakurai bought a microphone and capture unit for working from home, and he also built a studio to play and assist in development, which is totally crazy. I mean, he's investing so much in being able to work from home that it actually is really, really commending, right? It's super awesome that he's able to do that and that he made such a big change, getting a microphone, capture unit, all that stuff. I mean, Sakurai is going full streamer now. The team continues to figure out what works best for the remote work, but everything is proceeding without any problems so far. So that's the biggest thing, right? Nintendo plans had to be introducing 6 new fighters by December 2021, but we may see this timescale altered if the outbreak continues to bring disruption to the world. Yes, and of course in March during a Nintendo Direct Mini, the publisher announced the new fighter will be a character from the ARMS series, but we don't know which character it'll be yet, but apparently more information about the fighter and its actual release will drop into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in June 2020. And of course, we'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going on. And now let's dig a little bit into some more stuff with Sakurai's quotes on this Famitsu column, number 603. So the title is Teleworking in Progress. So here we go. These are the actual quotes from Sakurai translated by Robert Savison, saying, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a highly confidential project and should be well protected. However, while that doesn't worry me to prevent the spread of everything that's going on in the world, it is imperative to encourage less contact between people. We should absolutely cooperate and survive together. So far, our telework has been quite successful. There are many staff who should be commended for their work. Of course, there's no time needed for commuting. Some were commuting 2 hours one way. This is much more effective, right? So what are my first impressions of this telework? Well, first, the air is much cleaner. Busy offices usually have dirty air. The heater always makes me sweat every day too, but in your own room, you can be as comfortable as possible. You can control both the temperature and the humidity. Furthermore, there's an advantage into seeing natural sunlight. The office had many windows, but then Sakurai goes on to say, we have to close the windows for security, which is super crazy, right? Close them for secrecy and security. Being able to see the morning and evening light from the sun is very pleasing. The temptations to play or sleep are common. However, it's not a big deal. When you have a job in front of you, your hands tend to continue working. It's bad to keep people waiting, so it's similar to quickly replying to emails you receive, even if you're commuting to work. I continue to reply to such correspondence and work even until midnight. However, my breaks for eating are much more consistent now, and I have an even better sense of time. It's been a process of trial and error to improve the current working environment. I oversee almost everything that the team does, so the work they do is always pouring in. There are various things that need to be corrected, tools and other elements that needed to support developers. However, right now it's just not possible to gather everybody together and explain like I could before. Of course, the basic response is to simply respond via email. Inevitably, due to the complexity and importance of the information, the amount of words and responses grow and grow. That's unavoidable though, and if that's all it takes, it's not really a problem. In some situations, it's necessary to give live feedback, and in a video conference, we can share our thoughts and opinions live. This feels outdated since we have to set aside a specific time to have these calls. If you have a family with children, it becomes even more difficult. I bought a microphone and capture unit, and I built a studio to play the game and assist in development live with the team. When I make a voice call, I show the video of the gameplay or PC. I'm supervising, I record it, upload it to the server, and have team members download it. Although it's a new system, it's going over very well with the team, as it's easier to see and hear what we're working on, especially when compared to taking footage with a camera. We are continuing to research what works best and minimizing file sizes as to not waste bandwidth. For the time being, we are proceeding without any problems so far. However, we're only developing DLC at this moment. For example, it would have been very difficult to develop Super Smash Bros. Early on if we were in this situation. Beyond video games, many creators are facing difficulties. However, I continue to work hard, not only to increase the amount of free time to play at home, but also, of course, when the threat of everything is going on subsides, we can enjoy being outside in the sun once again. And to end off the column, there are two featured images: Sakurai's mic setup for his new studio, and a weight that he purchased to work out from home. That concludes Sakurai's Famitsu column. So thank you guys so much for listening to everything. I'm super curious what you guys think of this in-depth Sakurai column. I mean, we don't really necessarily always do it like this, but I thought this was really refreshing. So let me know in the comments if you want more of this, right? If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, do you want more Sakurai column talk on the channel? As for our previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from T-Rex Kid 117 saying, I am sure hyped for Game Fest. Although Nintendo isn't in this event, there's still a chance for potential direct around the time E3 was going to be before it got cancelled. Plus, Activision is attending Game Fest, so there's a chance that that heavily rumored new Crash game finally will be revealed. And yes, thank you so much for sending a new comment. I totally agree. It would be incredible to find out more Crash news, and especially if that news comes hand in hand with Crash being in Super Smash Bros. I mean, how crazy would that crossover be? I would lose my mind if that were to happen, right? So thank you so much for sending in your comments. These are always so much fun to do. And of course, a big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters and the super chats during our live streams. You guys make block content possible. So if you want to have yourself created in pixel art, join us for discussions, or have your own ideas become animations, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent. There's a bunch of incredible rewards there and they're waiting for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!